success leaves clues. You can look at a really successful person and you can watch what they've done. And most really, really successful people will tell you exactly what they did. And the reason they'll tell you that is because they know most people aren't going to do it.
It's true.
I mean, that's the truth. You know, the open houses, the door knocking, the for sale by owners, the like learning, learning technology. Like there's so many people, like they just, like older people, a lot of real estate people are either people who one career didn't work out. So they's like, oh, I think I'm going to try real estate.
It's a backup plan for a lot of people.
It is a backup plan. How many people do you know? I met somebody on last Friday. I was in Phoenix and I met with somebody. He literally, his third year of college, decided he wanted to be a real estate. And he's been in real estate that whole time for 40 years now.
Wow.
Like since he was 22 years old. That's the only career he's ever done. How many people do you ever meet that are like that?
No.
Almost everybody. Something else didn't work out. They retired and they were bored, so they decided to become real estate agents, or they like a lot of teachers and nurses or whatever. So I think there's a lot of older people, so I think the technology thing is harder for older people.
Yeah.
All of the we talked about it earlier, AI technology, that's harder. They're scared of it. Well, what's it going to do that I don't want it to do? You know what I mean?
A CRM.
Yeah, a CRM, and I think a lot of younger people, they're not used to like, if I want this, I gotta go do these things. So
Beating the bushes.
They're not. I mean,
yeah,
they're not. And I think if you don't have those two things, if you're not willing to grow and get uncomfortable and do uncomfortable things, making calls is hard. So is not eating. Choose your hard.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you got to choose your hard. And
what do you think the things are that an agent needs to do to be successful these days?
I think they need to, first of all, people get into real estate because it's flexible. And that's a great thing about real estate. It's also a bad thing about real estate because most people don't treat their real estate business like a business. So I can promise you, if everyone in real estate spent their week like they would have to spend their week if they were in a corporate job, 8 a.m., doing the things, making the phone calls, doing the follow-up, like accountability. Nobody has accountability. You can go under a broker. You don't have to, nobody's like, I mean, I am, but I'm sure you are too. But a lot of brokers, they're not asking people, how many calls did you make this week? How many, whatever, like, and lead measures, it's easy to just look at the results from last month and say, oh, this is how we did and measure those. But are we measuring the calls? Are we measuring how many open houses? Are we measuring how many appointments we have? Because those lead measures are what's going to make the result. You can't do anything once the result is in, but if you measure the things that are leading to those results, and again, I think it's the basics: calls, postcards, social media, knocking on doors, literally knocking on doors.
You're still coaching the same way you were coaching the volleyball?
Yes.
It's the basics.
It really is the basics.
The fundamentals.
There's no trick plays. I mean, I don't believe there are any trick plays in real estate. I really don't. I had a brand new agent and he was trying all of these things. I said, quit doing that. Quit doing that. I said, do this. He started doing what I told him. Like it started working. And that following year, so this was like, we had this conversation in October. That following year, he made almost $100,000.
Nice.
I mean, that's top 1%. I mean, like, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, so, but there's no trick plays, I don't think. And I think there's a lot of people that just, they don't want to do the basics because the basics they're simple, but they're not easy,
I always say that it takes someone, if they're just starting in real estate, they have to be patiently impatient.
100%.
You have to understand that it's not going to happen overnight, but you also have to act with urgency and be in action because it's going to take its time and consistency.
Yeah, you have to be hungry.
You do.